tale. Well, there's a place I've come to know well, led by a man named Sty. He's full of stories, he is quite a guy. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty, he's quite the guy.
Hey!
It's time for around the campfire.
I think so.
Hey, here we are around the campfire. Oh, running water. Yeah, just before I came in to set up the stream, running water, he was out there with the camera when I come tooling back into the place on the Coleman mini bike, man. Yeah, I went out putzing around on the old mini bike. Had a great time, man. It was a blast. It was a blast. I loved it. Yeah, that's probably the last ride on the mini bike I'll be able to make this year. Well, maybe this fall, late fall, I'll get to ride it a little more. But I got to ride it today. I went on a good trip with it. A few miles. Yeah, it was fun. It was a blast. Running water. He took it out first, and I kind of retracked his trip, and it was fun. It was fun. It was so fun to get out there. Look at here. Folks, we got out there in the chat. Kathy Gahan, and she said that she'll be back, and she is. There's metal music. You're the only one that showed up for the raid after your premiere earlier, huh? Well, that happens. I've told people, let's go raid somebody, and nobody showed up at the raid. Oh well, life goes on. And like I said, there's Kathy. She said that's cool. She talked about the mini bike, I think. Yeah, it was fun. Love the mini bike. Love it. There's Luke John. Great to see you, Luke. And there's me, Dibble. It's him and it's me. That's great. I am so glad you folks come to hang out with Sty tonight. Now, this one didn't show up over here, so I have to just shout it out. I can't show it down here. But we had Gemma Journey Grace. She popped up there. Hello, Uncle Sty. And she's been a member for 6 months. Oh, what a sweet girl. Yeah. Wonderful. The whoa, there's Cullen. Good to see you, Cullen. Hello. Yeah, like I put in the description, tonight's around the campfire. This is gonna be my last stream for probably at least a month. It could be as much as a month. Could be even worse, could be 2 months before. I don't think it'll be 2 months before I stream. I won't be able to put up with that much time without streaming. But I suspect it's going to be 3 to 4 weeks as of Tuesday of this coming week before I stream again. Love you too, Gemma girl. Love you. Metal music. Sty looked like he was 31 again on the mini bike. Thank you. I felt like it, man. I felt like it. That mini bike is great. I'm telling you. Thank you. Kathy says we'll be here waiting for you. Thank you, sweetheart. And Needle saying another time, I'm not staying too late. I'm still catching up on my sleep. I have not got much sleep over the last few days. It's been a bit warm. That's a bummer. Oh my gosh. The heat wears you out all day. And then when you try to sleep at night, if you don't have it cool enough, you just don't sleep good. You just don't sleep good. Totally understood me, Dibble. Thank you, Gemma. She says, yes, we'll be waiting for your recovery. Yeah, the recovery, this week for me has been a pretty doggone good week. It has. It's been a really good week. The tough part for this week is all the, tension and stress and anticipation of what's coming next week. I don't even know if I can show this because the cover's blue. Not really, but all these sheets in here, this is my medical appointments Monday, Tuesday, and then the last 4 pages are my surgical summary, which will totally change Tuesday night after they do all the tests on me Monday and Tuesday. But that's all that book and everything in it. That's just my appointments. Those are my appointments and the instructions of what I have to do to prepare for each of those appointments coming up in 2 days. 2 days of those appointments. So yeah, I'm a little stressed out. Oh, Gemma's got surgery coming soon. I'm glad you told me, Gemma girl, because I'll have you in my prayers. Hey, Freeman James, brother, it's so good to see ya. There's Kimberly Ferris. Oh, yeah. Mary Jones, it's been a while. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. That's the only thing I asked for folks right now is just your prayers, Yeah, this is going to be probably a pretty tough ride to go through. Kind of going through a little more detail with me on what's coming up and what to expect, and it isn't going to be enjoyable. That's for dang sure. I'll enjoy myself once I'm as fully recovered as I possibly can become, because this is a life-changing event they're doing with me. I'll never eat the way I ever eaten in my whole life. I'll never be able to eat that way ever again. I have to spend 2 months on a feeding tube without putting anything through my mouth other than water, liquids. And they got to be clear liquids right out to 7 to 8 weeks. And then I start eating creamy kind of foods that are palatable, but just liquid. Then I get to move to soft foods. Then I get to move to more solid foods. Then I get to eat whatever my system will accept. But they're telling me that I should expect my meals not to exceed 10, if I'm lucky, 12 ounces for a full meal. That would be everything I eat in a meal, never get more than 10 or 12 ounces of food in me at any one sitting. So that'll be interesting. Luke John. Yeah, good to see you. Oh yeah, there's Mystic Bunny. Hi Jan. Hi sweetie. Yeah. What's Mary Jones got to say here? March 2nd, I lost my best friend of 46 years to lung cancer. It's been so hard not having her to talk to. Isn't that the way it is? Isn't that the way it is? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me diddle says so you'll be on baby food for a while. The not quite as bad as baby food, but close. You're pretty close there, B Dibble. Yeah. Thanks, Robert. Oh, thank you. Um, Mystic Bunny. You know, Sty loves you too. Metal music. Can't go wrong with banana baby food. My ex-wife used to buy banana baby food and keep it in the house, and she'd put a few jars in the fridge, get it nice and cold, and she'd sit there and eat that banana baby food as a snack watching TV. She loved it, especially when she was pregnant. I don't know what it was, but when she was pregnant, she was craving it all the time. Oh, Cullen, thank you. Yeah, it's great to see all of you tonight. Being this is my last stream for 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah. Oh, Devon A. Bacon stuffed donut. Great to see you. Yeah, ice cream. I like that, Colin. I'm an ice cream lover, that's for sure. Doggone, I was going to go get some today, too. I was too busy today. Here's Bradley Whitworth. Bradley's saying, "What's up, buddy? I'm sitting here alone. My wife took off to California to visit a friend." Oh, wow, batching it, eh? Yeah. A friend she hasn't seen in 20 years. Oh, yeah. That's an important event. Yeah, today I got up kind of late today. I slept in a little bit. I got about 7.5 hours of sleep last night. That's pretty doggone good. I've been getting around 4 or 5 hours typically lately. But Devin says my slave name is Devin. I love it. But so I got up a little late this morning. Sat around here, watched Running Water on PlayStation, doing a few things and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I just got this urge, and I told him, I said, "That's it, man. I got to get out of here. I'm going to go out." We had a bunch of things laying around out in the yard, and I said, "I'm getting that stuff out of the yard, and I'm jumping on the riding mower. And I'm going to mow this whole place." So I did. I mowed the whole doggone lawn, and oh heck, I'm going to show this one more time. And just take a look at that nice lawn that I'm riding that mini bike in. Hey! Doesn't look so nice under the adventure trailer. I haven't weed whacked. I got to weed whip the yard yet. But yeah, the grass is all mowed. It looks really sweet out there. It's nice to just go sit in the yard and have it all cleaned up and everything out of the yard. The grass is freshly mowed. The smell of freshly mowed grass is good. Oh yeah, Luke John, I totally understand. Yeah, thank you so much. You take care of yourself too, and I will be back. It might be 3 for 4 weeks, but I will be back. Um, Devin's saying, been camping my tail off, ripping my boat around, trying to drown these here damn kids on the tube. Oh boy. Well, Mary Jones. Oh, I see. Oh, Dorito. I was watching you. Yeah, earlier. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my friend. That is so great. I get back to what Mary's saying here. How are you feeling with everything going on? I feel the other day, I think it might have been yesterday, but I told Running Water, I said, it's a good day today. And he goes, really? And I said, yeah. I said, I think I'm at 89%. I feel like I'm at 89%. I don't remember what it is, but right after that, I went outside and I did something. And I come back in and I go, it's a good day. I feel like I'm at 91% now. He just laughed. He just laughed. I haven't, and I don't expect for a long time that I'll feel 100%. The only issues I still have some issues in swallowing. I got esophageal pain down in the esophagus, but I can get beyond it. And I'm getting my 3,000 calories almost religiously every day. I think my lowest day in the last week was 24 or 2,600 calories, and that was just because I didn't eat so long during the day that it just couldn't get that much in me before I headed to bed that night. But typically I get my 3,000 in. But me too. That was an old hippie on his bike. Well, I tell you what, I had my days when I rode the scooters. Oh, you betcha! I rode the big bikes for quite a long time. I rode dirt bike quite a bit too. I like off-road dirt bike, enduro and endurance stuff. Yeah, loved it. Trials. I rode trials for about a year and a half, and those were the days. I couldn't do any of that shit anymore. That Coleman mini bike, I'm getting one in the spring. That's Running Waters. I'm getting one exactly like his in the spring. Well, it won't be exactly like, because I'm tricking mine out a little different than his. I'd like to buy one that's camo. I saw one the other day, and he said you have to order it out of this region and have it shipped to you. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do it. I'll buy an orange one just like Running Waters. It's easy to strip off all the peripherals on it, and I'll camo it myself. No problem. Yeah, Dorito, yeah. The orange ones are all in the northern tier. Yeah. And, oh no, mine will be all camoed out by the time I take it out really riding, And there's things I'm going to trick out, on it. Saddlebags. The two quick connect 1.3 gallon gas tanks I'm putting on, just like Running Water's got a set for his. Yeah, Dorito. Camel ones are down his way, and then red ones are all out east. Yeah. And for me, it don't matter, because like I said, I'm going to trick mine out. It won't be factory when I'm done with it. It won't have the Coleman lantern sticker up on the yoke either. It's going to have the Sty North sticker on it. Trailmaster has suspension. Yeah. Well, I was looking at the scaled down saddle for a motorcycle with the double spring saddle. It's a double spring saddle. And looking at it, I can easily modify that saddle and put it right on that mini bike. Um, that would be enough comfort. Hey, those mini bikes. I'm not going to go out there and beat the trails. I'm not doing jumps. I'm not going through big mud holes and swamp holes, and I'm not beating the hell out of myself on the trail. I'm going to go cruise around out in the national forest with it on their old trails and old roads. It's all good driving. So even though this one's a hardtail, today I took that thing down. There was a lot of rough spots. Now you ain't getting over 25, 30 miles an hour on it anyway. And I'm tooling along about 15 miles an hour when I'm on them rougher trails. Comfortable as can be, except for the seat. The seat's not comfortable. Those Coleman seats, the factory seats suck. They suck. I'm 150 pounds, and I could press that seat down, and I could feel the base of the seat and the rails, the frame rails. So yeah, I already got plans for the seat for it. But I might look at the Trailmaster. We'll see. You know, it all depends on how much I have to invest. You know, if you're hearing that's TV in the background, yes, that's running water, relaxing. He's got his feet up and he's watching a little bit of TV in there. Yeah, that's what you're hearing. He's in there giggling. Bradley says, anyone want a party? Come over. I got 2 weeks to enjoy. Uh-oh. The Yeah, this one's only got the front shocks. It's a hardtail. Yeah, yeah. The front shocks help for impacting small craters in the trail. But being a hardtail, heck, you just go over a rock that big around and you're feeling it. Boom. But if I got a good coil spring saddle on it, it'll be comfortable as hell. And the saddle can be a little extra wide because with the two narrow fuel tanks on it and the saddlebags, the saddle's going to be narrower than that gear on it anyway. And it's got plenty of power. I mean, I threw that sucker into a fishtail and I slid 10 feet on that thing on the gravel road down here. And just clean up after yourself. That's right, Bradley. Oh man, I hit the wrong button. No, it's not. I'm sorry, Bradley. I hit the wrong button. It hit it. It hit your comment. He says, just clean. He's talking about his party he wants to have, that being the wife's out. He says, just clean up after yourself. I don't want to hear the wife bitching when she comes home. LOL. Yeah. Because he ain't cleaning up after you. You want a party, you clean up after yourself. I like that, Bradley. I agree. Yeah, I get a Harley Fat Boy seat on for the bike. Oh yeah, wouldn't that be comfy? The only problem is that would cover half of that trike, that mini bike. It'd be way too big. I get one of those scaled down spring saddles that I've put them on choppers before. A little spring saddle and a pee pad for the girlfriend on the back, on the fender. There you go. You shouldn't say may, Bradley. He says, I may take my boat out tomorrow and go fishing. You ought to say, doggone it, I'm going to take my boat out and go fishing. Yeah. I had I had a fat bob for a while, and yeah, that seat was pretty damn comfortable. My first chopper was a hardtail. That bugger pounded the hell out of me. I couldn't ride that thing today. If I still had it, I'd be selling it because it would just sit there. I wouldn't ride that damn thing down the street. Every crack in the road, you felt every crack in the road. And I rode that son bitch from Minnesota out to Denver, and then from Denver I went down to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and then rode that bugger back to Minnesota. I got back to Minnesota, and I was so beat up, man. That bike beat me to death on that trip. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't seem so bad for the first day or two, and then it starts eating on you. It really starts eating on you, and you feel every crack in the road on those hardtails, man. Yeah. The Mary Jones laughing. Yeah. Mary, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. You know, you guys hang out. Here's your chance. Share it out if you want. Get your friends come hang out. We'll chat away. Um, but for me, it's great that we've got folks coming over to hang out tonight. You know, this being my last stream for so long. One thing I will be able to do, I won't be able to live stream. It's not that the hospital won't let me. It's just that I don't want to live stream from a hospital bed. They're going and in the condition I'm going to be in. I'm going to be on IVs and tubes and crap for the first full week. And then after that, they told me it's going to take 14 days plus before I really feel like I even want company. You know, they said you're going to be in that rough of shape. So, hey, Scott, it's Scott K. Good to see you too. Good to see you too. But my boy Running Water, he's got this awesome tablet, man, and it runs off of Android app, you know, like any Android phone. And he loaded everything, all the streaming services and everything. I can watch Netflix, Peacock, Paramount, Disney, blah 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 blah. I can watch anything I want. Plus, I can get on there and I can watch folks that are out there live streaming, watch their videos, and keep up. I'll be able to keep up as I sit in a hospital bed for a week or more. I'll be able to catch up on a lot of things I haven't been able to catch up on because I'm trying to get so many things put in to my day. I just don't have much time online. I take advantage every minute I've got to be outdoors, sitting out on the porch, out in the yard, working outside. Then the rest of my time I'm spending feeding my face, eating. Yeah, next week will be a whole different change to that stuff. I'll be bedbound. That's tough for me being bedbound. When I had my open heart surgery, I was out of that bed the day after my surgery. And they said, all you're going to do today is walk from here to the bathroom in your room and back to your bed, back and forth, back and forth. And that hospital, if you go through heart surgery, you're in a private room. You don't share rooms with nobody. Same with the Mayo, where I'm getting this procedure done. They said, you will not have a roommate. You'll be in your own room. But they did tell me that I can't lay down. I won't be able to lay flat until well after I discharge and at home. I'll be in my hospital bed at about a 45-degree angle or 90 degrees all the time that I'm there. And it's because the valve that stops food from coming from your stomach up your esophagus is being removed. So if I lay down more than 45 degrees, anything in my stomach will want to come out. So I got to stay at 45 to 90 degrees all the time. Otherwise, again, any acid that builds up in my stomach will try to come up the stomach. And when it reaches the esophagus, it can cause damage, especially where they have reattached the stomach and the esophagus. So, you watch the you watched 1883, eh? Binge watched it. It's worth a watch. It is. I started it, haven't finished it, and I should try to binge watch that. I think I might save that for when I'm in the hospital. And the fact that I can get on YouTube, Running Waters was trying to rig it up so I could play video games. Like I said, nah, those can wait till I get home. Because when I get home, I have to spend another month basically being homebound, stuck at home, not being able to go out and do things to speak of at all. So that's when I'll play the PlayStation, man. I'll be just pounding the PlayStation during that month. But I should be as close to fully recovered as I'm going to probably ever be by October 1st. I should be. They're anticipating that I'll get discharged from the hospital on August 3rd. And they said up to 2 months full recovery, 8 weeks. So that puts me around October 1st. And I'll be looking forward to that. They figure they'll have the feeding tube out of me in 6 to 8 weeks. So at that time, that'll be gone. Oh, well, look at here. Here comes Jan's other half. There he is. There's John. Great to see you, buddy. Great to see you. And Mystic Bunny had said that she had work come in. I feel for those two. See, look at this. My Jeep is doing pretty good, Robert. She's talking to Robert about her Jeep. Now, she's got a nice Jeep. She got herself a nice little Jeep. I love it. I feel bad for them, for John and Jan, because they've been working so hard, the two of them. Work, and they don't have the time to do other things like they would like doing, like I know they would love to. But their posts, their videos, if you haven't been to either one of their channels, go to their channels and sub to them and watch their videos. Putting up great videos. The air show, I loved it. I used to, that was quite a few years ago. I used to go 3 years in a row, went down to Oshkosh, Wisconsin to the big air show down there. And I was a little upset. I had the chance to go for a flight in an old B-17 bomber, big old four proper. Oh man, World War II bomber. My office called and they had a crisis back home and I had to deal with that. And by the time I was done dealing with that, my opportunity for that free flight on a B-17 disappeared. Yeah, Mystic Bunny saying, missing out on lots of camping and hiking this year. Isn't that a bummer, girl? Yeah, I've missed out on all of it except for a trip to Black Lake and 2 waterfalls. I went to Foster Falls and to Red Falls. Jan and John will remember them because I took them to those when they were here. I made it to those two waterfalls and to Black Lake. Those were my only outdoor excursions this year. Um, or an old Ford Trimotor, yeah. Oh, that'd be sweet, wouldn't it? Bradley, thank you. You're gonna get this old boy all choked up. So let's let's do our best, Bradley, the two of us together to keep it upbeat, okay? um, Dojo, my friend. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Oh, Dojo. God, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Mystic Bunny. She's talking about the falls up here in northern Wisconsin. She says, I can't wait to see those falls again. That's going to be one thing I do next summer because if I can't get my rig squared away enough to make my Alaska trip and my West and East Coast trips, I'm going to hit every part of Chequamegon Forest, 1 million acres in this forest, and I'm going to boondock. I'm going to boondock everywhere I can because I'm going to have one of them mini bikes, and I'll just find a spot in the woods and back that trailer in, set up to camp, boondock, and ride that bike around in the backcountry. You betcha. There's things that I want to see again and things out there I haven't seen yet. So I want to check it all out. You don't have to do that. You really don't, John. Thank you so much, brother. I'm going to put that into my travel fund for next year. Yeah, my adventure fund because I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but that's going. That's where that's going. Yeah, yeah, Dojo. Oh man, Dojo's one of my oldest YouTube friends, along with Crazy Ann and several others. We spent a lot of time together on here, boy. Oh. Yeah, I I know, but I wanted to. John, I know. I tell people all the time that they don't have to do that. They do it anyway. And yeah, the oh yeah, the Mystic Bunny wants to camp and hike the Juniper Rock Trail. That segment of the North Country Trail up to Juniper Rock and then off to the Swedish settlement and the two other big granite outlooks along that trail. That'd be cool. That'd be awful cool. Yeah. Yeah. We sure did have some good times. Boy, oh boy, we sure did. Got a little out of hand sometimes, but they were good. They were fun. We had a blast. Yeah, I've got areas up here that there's little remote lakes that are really a bummer to get your rig into. I mean, it's really tough to get rig into. And I got breakdown fishing gear, man. I can pack up that bike, head into some of those backcountry lakes we got up here, and day camp, spend the whole day. That bike's got a nice headlight on it. I could get myself back out to wherever I'm boondocking. And I can spend the whole day fishing out at the lake. You betcha. Oh, hey, John had a float plane go over his house when he was out working in the garden tonight. The Yeah, we got a float plane that uses the bay here, and the owner of Jack Links, which who isn't Jack Links anymore, it's his son. He took ownership several years back. He flies in on a float plane, but he's learned. Took him a while. He was not familiar with this. What in the world? What in the world? Oh my Lord! Get her done. He says, "Get her done." Oh my God! Oh my Lord! I mean, that goes such a long ways. That goes such a long ways. I don't have to. I don't have to take my limited income and put it into my bucket list items as much because of that kind of support. Let's go, Bacon. You are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. Um, yeah, yeah. Mystic Bunny, Oshkosh starts next week. I'll be stuck in Rochester, Minnesota, flying a hospital bed instead. I wish I could go to Oshkosh. I love that air show. Love that air show. And the fact you can get up, I mean, right up and touch the bird. I mean, it's such an awesome show. Let's go back at your. I don't care. And yeah. I was told by a dear friend of mine. Tried to send money back to him because he was overdoing it and he wouldn't take it back. And he told me, he said, all money is to him was green paper love. That's all it is. It's a little tough to argue with someone that's saying something like that. Justin Anderson, oh, it is so good to see you, man. Oh, it is so good. Mystic Bunny says her brother's flying in the air show. Yeah, he flies in air shows at Siren, Wisconsin on Saturday. It wasn't too many years ago. He would have been doing a flyover because there's nowhere to land. His Siren got so tore up by tornado that it was crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Bradley. And I get to eat all the way up till Sunday. Starting let's go, Bacon. You're great. You're great. That's all there is to it. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I can actually eat anything I want. I've been this last week. I went Euro crazy, man. I'm eating Greek gyros like they're going out of style. We've got a outfit down here. Got a big double-decker English bus that he goes to carnivals and does gyros, but he's got it's like a walk-up restaurant kind of affair. You can eat out in the yard kind of thing. And it's called the Pita Hut, but their specialty are Greek gyros. And those things are freaking huge, man. And they only have about 1,200 calories in a single gyro. How do you not? When you got to do 3,000 calories a day and you can get 1,200 of those calories in 1 gyro, you're going to grab a gyro. And they're so doggone good. Um, yeah, Bradley says your next best friend is food when your wife is gone. That's right. That food loves me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're right, John. You're right. It's just about maybe 2 blocks from the River Rock bait store and smoked fish. Yeah. Yep. Yep. You're right, man. Yeah. I'm glad to hear you ate there. The owner, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's been around for years and years, man. I think the first time I saw his bus was about 25 years ago, and it was in Bayfield, Wisconsin at Apple Fest. His Euro bus was there. Hey, am I hear 5-0? That's what people here in Orlando call the police. Yeah. Oh, or yeah. Miami 5-0. No, let's go bacon. That I didn't serve. I didn't serve, and that's been kind of like a burr in my saddle my whole adult life because I got my I had to register for the draft. I had just turning 18, and I got my notice. My number came up for Vietnam, and I I was most at that time. Most people they got their number come up. Boy, they were just distraught, and it was terrible. Because you knew what you were. You were just more meat to send into the grinder at that stage. But that was also when they were pulling out of now. My notice to appear to report was out 7 days from the day I got that notice. 7 days later, I would have been down there at the station, getting out of Dodge and heading to Boot and then off to Nam. 2 days after I got that notice, I got a notice, belay the notice. We're pulling troops and we don't need anybody in the draft. We're stopping the draft. So, yeah, yeah, because you got too much ink. I got all my ink after the fact, but the thing is I was ready for it, man. I was ready for that adventure. I knew what I was probably putting on the line, but I was up for it at that time. And I fought with them. I said, "Well, okay, if you're not going to draft me, I want to enlist." And they said, "Why would we enlist you? We've got draftees that have only been out of country for a week or two that we're calling back. Why would we ask anybody to enlist?" There was a long period, about 18 months there. You couldn't even enlist. Well, during that period, and I tried every branch, just get me in the service. And during that 18-month period, I met my ex-wife. We got hit. We ended up hitched and had running water on the way, baby on the way. And one of the reasons I was willing to serve when I was because I was single. I only had myself to worry about. So I missed out, and they sent me a nice letter. both the Army and the Marines sent me a nice letter saying, we're opening up our enlistment. Would you like to contact your local recruiting office and you can sign up? Too late. When I got that letter, I was already married and Running Water was already conceived. Oh my Lord. Let's go bacon. Don't. Oh my Lord. Oh, this is getting tough, guys. I don't know. I just don't know what to say. I don't. Dale, my man, you are amazing. Amazing. That's all I can say. Yeah, Bradley, ain't that a shame? I had a lot of friends that I lost. I lost a few of my friends and none. And I had a few that I lost after they came home. Yeah, that's a tough thing to do, is get through that, to see your friends come home and they're not the person you knew when they left. They're just not the person you knew when they left. And then something tragic like that happens, they take their own life. Not good. Yeah, Bradley, that's true. The people that put their lives on the line are true backbones and badasses of America. Yeah. And there are roles to play in the domestic theater, not just the defense and offensive military theater, but in the domestic theater that, they're putting their butt on the line every day when they get up and go to work. And I've known many of them. My father served in the Navy during World War II. And he served as our community's chief of police, first chief of police, and last chief of police. When he passed away, they decided we'll never find anyone like him to replace him, so we'll contract with the neighboring community to police our town, because we just don't want to even try to find someone like him to replace him. And because of the stress, because of all of the burden and all of the stress, and his health went to hell, that my father took his own life. Let's go, bacon. Yeah. You don't need, You could have put that up and skipped the other two things you did. That statement, I don't feel worthy. Don't feel worthy. There's a lot of more wonderful and greater, better souls out there than just this old boy. The best I can say is Sty simply gives a shit about people. Whether they're right, wrong, or indifferent, I don't care. People are people. And I get so mad at these people that you got to be this way, you got to be that way, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't. I get so tired of that. I get so tired of it, because when you take that role, then you're saying, let's nobody get along. Nobody give a shit about each other. Nobody care. What the hell for? I don't know. I just don't get it. Oh, you guys are all right. You're gonna drive me over the edge here, Matt J. Oh, it is so good to see you. It is so good to see you, Matt. And then I got John saying things like this. I have only met one other person as good as that. Come on. Oh, let's go back. You are worthy. You helped me through COVID and bad times in my life when I was poor. Oh, let's go, Bacon. I Mystic Bunny throwing her comments in there. Let's go, Bacon saying all he had was Sty's advice. Well, a lot of times people come to me and say, Sty, can you share a little of your wisdom with me? I'm having a hard time. And I tell them, I hope I can help you out, but maybe the wiser thing to do is find somebody wiser than me. You know? Yeah. It's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was a firefighter for many years. I tried for 1 month to be on a full-time fire crew, and I didn't care for it. So I stuck to volunteer. The communities I lived in all had volunteer fire departments. So I stuck with them. They got me my first responder training, everything. They covered everything. And I just loved it. And yeah, and there are some firefighters that rank right up there with the police and the military service. I mean, I've seen some firefighters go so far beyond what could be expected of them, but it's not everyone. You know, Bradley's right. You know, in general, firefighter's just a guy who's going to show up and put the fire out. But there are those few exceptions that really put their heart into what they have to do. Bradley, I thought for a second it said, let's go, Brandon. Oh, Matt. You guys, the compliments, you don't need to do that. You don't need to heck, you're warming me up so much I don't even have to throw another log on the fire. Wow. Yeah, let's go. I remember that. I that's I had a situation on somebody else's live stream, and they keep bringing it up every few months and say, you remember that live stream and how you kind of set that gal in her place? You just saved my neck in my live stream so much. And I said, I didn't feel I was saving your neck. I just had to get the record straight. You know, this gal, you know, she was a person of color, and she started in on the host, and then she started in on a couple of the other guests about they were just white privilege, you know, everything about them is white privilege, and on and on. And then she turned to me, thought she was going to play that game with me, and she said, but you do realize, Sty, just being born white is white privilege in itself. And I told her, I said, what if you're born black or red to a white parent? Do you have white privilege? She goes, well, where are you going with that? And I said, because in my family, when I would have my whole family come to my home for Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, any holiday, the people that really knew me and knew my family, they'd say, Sty, if you put a flag out for every nationality that you have in your family, it would look like the United Nations is meeting at your house for the holidays. I said, yeah, no shit. I've got a grandson that is literally 50% pure Cameroonian. He has a hereditary seat on the Cameroonian Senate. He's a public official. He was a public official. He was a prince of Cameroon at birth because of his family tree in Cameroon. And yes, he's black. He's a person of color. I have a granddaughter that is also a person of color. Her father's from Nigeria. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4. No, I got 4, 5. 5. It's 5. I've got 5 grandchildren that are enrolled tribal members. I've got a grandson. His other grandparents, both of them, are right out of Sicily. They're Sicilian. Their families never left until my grandson's grandparents on that side moved to the United States. He's more than half, or less, a little less than half, not much. It's like over a third Sicilian, pure Sicilian. So I told her, you want to come in here and spout off about white privilege? This is disparaged and that's disparaged. And I said, you know what you are? You're a racist. You're terribly racist. And I said, you need to stop that. You need to. I said, you're insulting me and my family, actually. You're actually insulting us because that means my grandchildren have white privilege and they've worked hard for everything they got. All my grandchildren have worked hard for everything they've got. I've worked hard for what I have, and it's not much anymore. I was very successful in my days. Now I'm just another broke old retiree that just gets through life, and all my needs are met. That's why I tell people. I mean, that's why I told Let's Go Bacon. You don't have to be doing that because all my needs are met, man. They are met, people. Oh. Let's Go Bacon. Man, that's 3 times. You're beating me, huh? You are. You're tearing this old boy apart. It's tough. I've got a strong constitution, but I tell you what, when people talk highly of me or they do something like you're doing, I'm sorry. I just do not feel that I've earned it or deserve it. I mean, you're going to make my, I went through an echocardiogram the other day, this last Monday, and they said, oh man, your heart's $1 million. I got my after visit summary and full results, and they said, man, after your open heart surgery and the bypass surgery, all that bypass surgery, they said your heart's it's great. No blockages, no buildups. The heart wall's strong. They said your heart is, and they said we're kicking that off to the Mayo Clinic. Tell him, yeah, he can go into surgery. His ticker will take it. We know that. And I, they told me, they said, why is it every time you have a critical medical issue, we can surgically correct some things and you're good as gold again? And I said, I don't know. I don't know. I think every one of these illnesses have been for attitude adjustment. It snaps me back into reality and how precious our lives are, how precious our freedoms are. And I feel bad. I see our freedoms getting whittled away on us, and taken away from us and restricted. And no, those freedoms are rights, God given rights. We were born with these rights. And people try to take it away from you. And the more they manage to take away, and I know it sounds selfish, the more I'm willing to go. The good Lord wants to take my ass. I'm willing to go. Someone told me, they said, well, the doctors now say that after your surgery, you'll have another 5 to 20 years. And they said, in the way you are, you'll probably hit that 20. Well, that makes me 85 years old. If I lived to 85 years old, man, there's a lot of people going to go, that should never have happened. But by the time I'm 85, I'm going to go, I've been in this world way too long to see my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. I've got great-grandchildren, 2 of them. To see them suffer through life, not even knowing what true freedom was, that's going to be hard on me. That's going to be hard on me. So I encourage young people, turn this country back around. Go back. Don't go what they're saying is ahead. You turn this country back to what we had, and you'll have a better life. And you'll feel good about yourself because you'll feel free. Yeah. Yeah, Matt, I like that. Yeah, it's not my time when I go. It's on his time. Yeah. Don't ask me for a Bud Light, Sty. I drink Coors. That's one thing they told me. I won't be able to drink beer after my surgery because of that valve they're removing. They said you're going to have nothing but beer foam coming right out, back out your mouth. The minute you drink it, it hits your stomach, it's going to come right back as beer foam. You'll be spitting out beer foam forever. They said no carbonated drinks whatsoever after the surgery. Bummer, eh? Ain't that a bummer? So me and everything spicy Phil were kind of joking with each other, and he goes, well, remember those rotten stale beers you pick up that you had open last night? You woke up in the morning, you go, I just need to drink something. You grab it. Oh, that's a full beer, but it's open. And you take a drink and you go, oh, is that? Yeah, flat, stale bugger. He says, maybe you'll learn to actually enjoy those. I'm not looking forward to that day either. Metal music, you'll reach 90 easily. I don't think so. 90? Oh, God. Yes, Colin, you betcha. Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. And look at the person you're voting for. Look at the person you're voting for. um, yeah, Matt. what Let's Go Bacon has done tonight far, 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 far exceeds anything I would expect from anybody. Um, and it shocks me, and the appreciation is really deep, really deep. But his comments, Let's Go Bacon's comments are just as strong as what else he did. Um, Let's Go Bacon says, I got a baby girl due September 6th. Nova Scarlett Adams. Should I add another to the grandkids list? Oh, awesome. Awesome. There, that's good news. I like hearing. That's good news. Um, yeah, Coors Light or Miller Lite. Yep, yeah, you're on the same boat as I am. Yep, there's Mr. Fulton. Yesterday was his 23rd birthday. Everybody tell Mr. Fulton happy birthday, belated yesterday. But he's a whole whopping 23 years old. He's only about 3 times younger than me, but oh well. Let's Go Bacon says I just turned 40. Yeah. 40 is a good year. Someone asked me, if you turned the clock back, what age would you want to turn it back to? I said 40. I actually said 40. I was really getting deep into my career and buckling down. Told the ex-wife we're staying put now because we were rovers. We were rovers, pioneers, man. We just moved here and there and all over and wherever the world took me. But by the time I hit 40, I said, we ain't moving again, man. We're staying put. Well, we have moved a few times, but never more than 25 miles from where we started from here. And that's what made my career what it was, is I stayed put. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Look at what they've done, not what they're going to do. Yeah. And don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me what you're going to do. Show me how you're going to be able to do that. Don't just say you're going to. Because if I'm supposed to take your word for it, then you're blowing smoke up my butt. Show me what you plan. What are you going to do? Not, actually do. What are you going to actually do? Not promise. Promises are usually full of just wait and see. Well, I don't want to wait and see. I want you to give me enough information up front that I can count on it. And I'll hold you accountable if you can't do it. So don't say you're going to do something you can't do. Yeah, there you go. Let's Go Bacon. I remember my days with a part-time job. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you had an 84 Firebird there, eh? Metal music. Your first car, my first car, was a 1963 Thunderbird. Oh no, is it? Okay. That's screw up my whole background, but yeah, I don't have it. It's not in my pictures list tag on it because I got a picture of it on the Sty Story Sunday page. If I pull that up, you get books in the background and all kinds of things change. So I ain't going to do that. But yeah, I had a 63 Thunderbird, sky blue. She was sweet. I loved it. Not everybody gets that first dream car, but that 63 T-Bird was sweet. It was a chick magnet, that car. Yeah, you're right, Matt. You're right. Boy, a handshake, when you're cutting a deal with somebody, a handshake meant something. Really meant something. Hey, John had a 76 Grand Prix. Awesome. That's it. That's it. You know, there's a lot of times that people look at me funny when I say that poor old boy. Man, he don't know how bad it is for him, you know, and his health, everything else, and all the stress and the decision making issues and everything. The best thing for him would be to jump ship, get out the hell out of there, and say, "I don't need this crap." The Yeah, Cullen says close to 50 myself. Came from Ireland in 1986. I love this country and all who served, all first responders. God bless you. Say, yeah, Cullen really does support this country. The, he's got an awesome, strong Irish accent. Awesome. But boy, you talk about patriotism. Colin's there. He's there. I love it. I love it. I love watching Colin. I was watching him earlier. Yeah, on a panel. Favorite cars growing up? See, that could be a topic because I'm not sure that we're going to have Sty Story Sundays anymore. We're still going to have a stream every Sunday, same time, but the format is probably going to change. I've done 230 Sty stories, and I'm just kind of, I look at my Sty story list. I still got about 30 or so, maybe 40 left. I might come back to them someday, but after this ordeal, I think I want to make it a little less structured and just pick a topic. And I think metal music that would be a good topic. What are your favorite cars growing up? I could go on for hours about that. And I had some favorites, man. I definitely had some favorites, especially before I got married. But yeah. Oh, Let's Go Bacon had a 71 pre. There you go. There you go. Oh, Matt had an 80 Fairmont, two-tone, baby blue. First car, 4-speed stick. Yeah. Yeah, Matt, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. You look at his background. And I usually say people tend to get too busy in the background because people don't pay attention to them. They're too busy looking at the background. But I wouldn't have Colin change his background for anything. I love it. Oh, Robert had a 70 Skylark. That's awesome. That's cool. Oh, you're more than welcome, Colin. Yes, more than welcome. Um, oh, check that out. Check that out. You can read it on your own, man. 56 oval back, 6-volt, 1300cc bug. I had a 1964 bug with a Porsche motor in it. A custom built job. Had the moonroof, and that was one fast little bugger, boy. It was a death trap. It was a death trap. A friend of the family put me onto that car. That car was a squad car in Germany for years. And this friend of ours, the family friend of ours, knew this guy that bought it in Germany and had it shipped to the U.S. And he drove it around for a few years. And then he decided he's just going to get rid of it. And he put put me onto the guy, and I got a hold of the guy, and he gave me a sweet deal on it. But boy, that little bug was fast, man. He's a snappy little bugger. Loved it. Put some on the wheel. I guess I missed what that had to do with. Oh, I get it. Put a bunch of topics on the wheel. Have people suggest topics and put them on the wheel and spin it. That'd be kind of cool. Hey, Tim, great to see you. Kirk Whipper, Voyager Center, my friend. Oh, it's great to see you. A Datsun 510. Oh, yeah, awesome. The old Lincolns, air suspension, like floating on air. Yeah. Yeah. Old 76 Caddy. In 1975, I managed a pizza joint. I call it a pizza joint. We had a beautiful location right on Lake Minnetonka outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Huge draw to that little community outside of this Twin Cities, especially if your establishment was right on the water. Well, we had two 120-foot long docks with big T docks at the end. And when I was at that restaurant, I had a 28-foot Chris Craft double-hulled mahogany, a whole freaking boat. Day cruiser. That boat was so freaking sweet. Built, mind you, in 1949. She was a sweet cruiser, boy. Talk about a party boat. But that wasn't the sweetest thing. The company that I worked for, the restaurant, purchased a brand spanking new 1976 Cadillac Eldorado ragtop, gold on gold paint job, beautiful patent leather seats. It was just the die for that caddy. And we had a big gold leafed pizza on the door, and it's advertised the Golden Pizza, our restaurant. The owner of the restaurant bought it, but he didn't confide with his partner about buying it. Well, his partner happened to be his wife. His wife was so upset. She said, "You don't even belong in the restaurant. We gave the restaurant up to Sty. He's managing it. It's all his baby. He's making us rich off of a restaurant that wasn't making us $400 a month. Now we're looking at $35,000, $40,000 a month. He gets the Cadillac to advertise the restaurant." So I spent nearly a year cruising around in brand spanking new 1975 Cadillac Eldorado. It was a sweet break, man. Yeah, you talk about those air shocks. I had a 72 Pontiac Catalina that had the airbags in it, and quite the ride. Oh, look at here. Lone Dog. Good to see you. Oh, it's good to see you. The Lawn Dog saying, I had air shocks on my first car in 72 Pontiac Le Mans. There you go. See, I had the Catalina, and it was a 72. Yeah, they didn't feel right unless there was some weight in the trunk. If you had a heavy car like a cruiser, it would probably be great. See, and that was my issue. The Catalina was kind of a light build, and they didn't feel, the suspension just didn't feel right unless you had some weight in the trunk. And I put a couple of 16-inch split rim truck tires in my trunk of the car, add a little extra air to the suspension, and she rode like $1 million. She needed that butt end weight. Oh, I wish I could answer this question for you. She said, Chris, it is so good to see you, buddy. At least we can chat a little on here before I head out to Rochester. Um, and he doesn't know why he's here, you know. But he's the kind of guy who could be sitting in his own living room watching TV and go, "Where am I? Where is this place?" My old buddy Cheesehead. Uh, I love it. Let's go, Megan. Hit the nail on the head. Yeah, because your parents made it. Hopefully, that's why he's here. Uh, there you go. There you go, Colin. I'm glad you're sharing that. It actually keeps them alive. You know what I mean? That's it. We all have stories in our lives, and if we share them, especially when they have to do with those loved and lost, it keeps them alive. It keeps them alive. Oh, you're on a plane trip tomorrow, eh, Lawn Dog? That's cool. I wish I was on a plane trip to somewhere other than going to Rochester. Yeah, Colin says he was just a kid at that time. Yeah, but I tell you what, some of our strongest memories were during our growing up years. You know. Yeah, man. Yeah, I miss Chris. Yeah, Cheesehead is just yeah. Yeah, I think it'll go okay. I think it'll go okay. The, I'm nervous about it, but what I'm nervous about is not the surgery itself. It's the recovery because I was so determined with the heart surgery to recover quicker than they could ever dream of. And I did, but it was such a hard thing to accomplish. And I asked them, in comparison, this surgery I'm receiving, how do I compare that to the heart surgery? They said, add 50%. This is going to be 150% harder for you to go through than that heart surgery was. Yikes. The heart surgery was on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst. It was a 10. So what's this going to be? A 15? I mean, I don't know. I'm tough and I want to stick around for a while, so I think it'll be okay. There you go. You do that, Chris. You catch a big one for me, would you? Yeah, I never got my line wet this year. Maybe this fall, October, late season, might get a line wet. We'll see what happens. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You're giving me signals to come see them. I tell you what, you enjoy your trip and every minute with your parents, every minute, every single minute. You have a safe trip, Londo. Yep, you have a good one there, Adventures in the Heartland, John. What's you saying here now? God's got you, Sty. He said for me to say, but his will is the result. Either it was you with this or hang out with God in heaven on a boat drinking beers up above us. I've told people, if this went south on me. Don't worry, I'll be keeping an eye on y'all. Oh, the home health care thing. All right, here's the scoop. They're telling me they would like to have my first 2 weeks home. They'd like to have someone do home health care daily coming in and making sure that I'm handling the tube feeding all right and everything, blah, blah, blah. My meds, because I got to crush my meds, add them to the formula that I feed myself. And they just want to make sure that goes good for the first week and then let me do it more or less on my own from that point. And then they wanted home health care 3 times a week that would not just help me with that stuff, but if I got dishes to do, something to clean, blah, 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 they give me a couple hours a day of helping out around the house or run to the store for me. I said, what the hell would I need from the store? I can't eat. They're shipping my food right to the door for my tube feeding. So I don't need anybody to run the store for me. There's nothing to buy. So I told them, I said, here's the scoop. The only people I like coming in my house where I live, it's Running Water's house. He owns it. But we live together here, and he's not here 90% of the time. The only people that come to my house and come in my house are family and friends. Nobody else. I don't feel I need them or want them. And I'm determined to do things for myself. I said, so if you want to set this home health care thing up, have them show up the first week twice, that first week. And then after that, maybe have them call me and see if I want them to stop by once a week after that. And I've got a son, youngest boy, drives past my house every day, twice a day, to and from work. He said, all you got to do, text me, call me, tell me, hey, after work, stop by the house. He said, if you got packages that came or whatever, I can bring them in the house for you, do all that for you. He says, if there's things you need picked up or maintained or anything, supplies you need, medical supplies, I can pick that stuff up. So that works good for me. Yeah. Hey, she says, hell, my boat's only been in the water once so far this summer. Don't that suck? I gave up on my aluminum boat. It wouldn't take too much to fix it. It just needs to be patched. Bugger leaks. Doesn't leak terribly bad, but it leaks. I don't want to piss with it. I think I'm going to get rid of it. Your beer correct is drunk. I love it. There you go. Mystic Bunny's hanging out. She's still here and listening, working and listening. Yeah. Oh, let's go bake it. I'm sorry. What a champion, man. Says, I got to roll. Love you, Sty. Peace out. McDonald's is here. Overpriced. DoorDash. Yeah, get it. Love you, man. Love you. Oh, thank you. This is a night Sty won't forget. Yeah, I will not forget the calling. You guys. Oh, you guys. You're crazy. Hey, I'm going to take the opportunity right now to shout out my channel members. I got to do that for them every stream if I can get it in there. There it is. This only takes about 50 seconds, so hang tight. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I see. Those are great people, by the way. But I see Lawn Dog asking a question here. If it's safe to take an aerosol can like shaving cream and put it in your luggage. I know what goes in the cargo area in the belly of the plane, but it's pressurized, right? We don't want, and I know what he's going to say, any bad experiences. He says not here. Okay. I have only had one incident, and it was because the cargo area depressurized. And there were bottles of like hot sauce that I had gotten from Europe sent to me. Two of them, it had pushed actually, it was weird. It pushed some of the contents out of the bottle right around the threads of the cap and down the sides of the bottles. Caps weren't broken. Bottle wasn't broken. Caps were snug and tight. But it squirted that stuff out. It was like, how did it do that? So I looked into it a bit. And yeah, it was because the cargo hold had depressurized. But most aerosol cans, they're only filled to like a default amount with more room for expansion. Okay. And they will not depressurize enough to explode. So, and I've carried shaved back during my career. I had no beard. I had to shave every day. I carried shaving cream and lots of liquids in bottles that never had any of them blow up in store in the compartments, the cargo compartments. Yeah. Sure, Seal. Cheesehead. Yes. There's already a whole bunch of it on there. Flex Seal. Yeah. Use the heck out of it. Colin. I can't guarantee a thing. But I promise you, if there's anything in my capabilities, I'm going to be here for much longer. After my recovery, I'll be right back to doing this. So there's plenty of time to come, Colin, to hang out. In fact, I want to get connected with you. If you look, Colin, I have on Facebook a group called Sty Shack. I think you can just type in Sty Shack, search for groups, Sty Shack. You find Sty Shack and become a member. It's a public group. It's got 155 members, I believe, right now. And it's all people from my channel. Check it out. And then I'll friend you over on Facebook, and I can easily contact you, and I can get you up here and chat with me once in a while too. Yeah, Lawn Dog. Yeah, the bottoms of those cans they're made to give a minimal amount of resistance, at least, so it doesn't expand and explode. Yeah. An old hairbrush. uh, the old soap and the hairbrush. Yeah, I did that for quite a few years. Yeah, it's my grandpa got me going on that. The I don't know if they'll let you take shaving cream as a carry-on. Boy, they're so picky about liquids, contained liquids anymore. I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to check with them. You did, Matt? Oops. Where is it? Where'd it go? There it is. Can you send it again? Maybe I can catch it before I shut all this stuff down here tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm shutting my studio down. I'm breaking I'm not getting rid of nothing. I'm just shutting it all down, making everything powered down, everything for at least 2 weeks before I get back. Yeah. Hey, lawn dog. I bought one of those off-brand you-bake pizzas and almost messed it up badly. I placed the pizza on the oven rack. Turns out there was a round piece of cardboard. Oh, yeah, don't forget about the cardboard. Thanks, Colin. Thank you. When the pizza was kind of bubbly and getting near done, then I noticed something funny that it's when I saw the cardboard. Holy crap. Oh, yeah. 2 ounce or less. Okay, yeah. Because I know they have volume restrictions on certain liquids that you bring on. You buy those little travel ones, little travel shave creams. Yeah. Yeah. So I got that out of there and lowered the temperature a bit to try and crisp up the crust. I get a partial save with this pizza. I bought this, it's like a wire mesh pizza pan for in the oven instead of putting it right on the racks. I love that thing, man. I could throw a frozen pizza in there and I load the hell out of them. I just had one day before yesterday and I ate the whole damn thing myself. 12-inch pizza, ate the whole bit, and that sucker was about that thick. I mean, it was about an inch thick, just smothered with extras, especially the cheese. And I tried that wire mesh pizza pan thing, put the pizza in on that, put it popped in the oven. Doggone it, it browned the crust perfectly. I mean, just perfect. I was so amazed. Freeman James, going to go. Sending prayers for speedy recovery. Take one day at a time. Week on. Thanks, James. Give sis a big hug for me. Being I can't. Yeah. Thank you. That's my brother-in-law, by the way. Great fella. Great fella. Got it, Matt. I see where you canceled and resent. Awesome. Because it'll be fresh. It'll be at the top. I'll find it. I'll friend you. No problemo. That's my personal Facebook, Sty North. But I don't let a lot of people just tag on as friends, except people like Matt, people I know. And I just warn you, Matt, you see some weird postings once in a while. I got a weird family, and you never know what the heck they'll put up there. Yeah. But I'll get right on that, man. I'll probably do that after the stream tonight. Oh my gosh, look at this young fella. We got a little bit of time yet. I'll bring this fella up. Check this guy. Hey man, that last picture I seen all them peppers in that container.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, stuffed peppers, man. I want to make stuffed peppers.
Well, they're called snackabells. They're like they only get this big. They get 2 inches wide by an inch
Uh-huh.
deep.
But I
So
could
I've
just
never.
see that. I could just see a like a cake pan just filled with those, stuffed with Spanish rice and smothered with tomato sauce. And oh
Yeah.
shit.
Well, they're small, but from one plant that I'd normally get 1 bell pepper from per time, I get like 2 bells worth of like 20 of the little ones.
Oh
So we just
wow.
slice them up and
Yeah,
then
well,
bag
yeah.
them and freeze them.
Because you're gonna
But
dice them up anyway when you go to
yeah,
cook with them. So
for stuffing, I've got the big yellow bells for the stuffing. But those are
oh, there
still
you go.
they're only about there. They're not full
They're
yet.
not.
But
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, you're doing good in your garden, man. I people don't know that I'm a lurker. Half the
yeah,
time, I don't feel like like shit. I don't want anybody to see me. I don't even want to type, but I go and I
yeah.
watch, and I watch videos, I watch streams, and
I
yeah,
watch a lot of streams. I just like I don't say anything either. I don't know. Sometimes I do, but
yeah.
it's
What?
been so hot here. What's the temperature there?
Um, it was it hit like 82 today, and kind of humid, but we had a good stiff breeze, so that helped a lot. I mowed the whole dang lawn today and went riding my mini bike. Did you see that mini bike?
Nah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to show it again, guys. This was my intro tonight, part of my intro.
Hey!
It's time for Around the Campfire.
I think so.
That's basically the one I have. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a Coleman.
Is that
It's a
yeah.
Coleman. It's 192cc.
Did someone
That's
paint it?
no, that's the way it came. That's Running
Oh.
Water bought that one. I'm buying one in the spring, but the one when I buy mine, I'm stripping it down and painting the whole thing camo, fenders, everything is all going to be camo. Um, the
What's up, Matt?
yeah,
it's mine.
I'm gonna have glass with it.
The bead went on the one tire, so I got to put that back on, and then it just needs a spark plug. But I've been riding my scooter and my e-bike so much that I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I took this one today down one of our ATV trails. Went out probably about a mile and a half, 2 miles with it and back, and I was
It's
just
got some
having.
power.
Oh man! Oh hey, I did a frickin' fishtail slide about 10 feet because I throttled that sucker up on the loose gravel and it just took off. And
Yeah.
I'm going at about a 45-degree angle down that trail. And when I came back through, I look and I go, "Holy shit! Yeah, boy, I left a good old track in that trail, man."
Even with me on it,
Uh-huh.
it can go 20, but it's like it can go 20 like this or through rocks or it's
Anything.
not super fast, but you can go
See
through a
now,
lot.
see now, mine is governed for 28. It's governed for 28 miles an hour, and I noticed because I live in the middle of town, but we've got ATV routes through our town on the streets, and you just drive your ATV. And that's the nice thing about it is you take the lane, man. You don't have to stay on the side or next to the curb. No, that you have the right to be in the lane and drive through town. I didn't have a single person tailgate me or honking at me or nothing because I was going too slow. In fact, I pulled out in front of this one car. He's about 3/4 of a block away, and I thought he'll run my ass over. I pulled away from him. I mean, so, but I noticed out on the trail, I want to run about half throttle on that
Yeah.
thing, maybe 3/4 throttle, because you hit some of them little sticking bomb holes that are in those trails, and holy God, that hard. There's no shocks on the back.
Well, where the tread stops on it, where it goes to the sides of the tires.
Right.
I've had it to where I've turned so much like that on grass that slides. The
Yeah.
bike slides from out under you.
Yeah. If you get the
But-
knobs of that tread so they're too far to the side, there's no bite and it just wants to slide.
It sucks for the governor, at least on mine, because I had the camouflage version.
Uh-huh.
It's the camo one of that one. And they welded by the governor. I can't remember where they welded, but they welded it to where the screw doesn't fully come out. It stops.
Oh,
So you can't take the screw out or get it
right.
the last quarter. It doesn't let you.
Oh, you'd have to cut it out of there to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just grind it off pretty much.
Right. Yeah, you could take a grinder and cut it off. But the on this one, looking at the governor, it wouldn't be too difficult to disable it, take it out of there. But I just can't see. It runs 25, 28 miles an hour. Well, I can't see doing over that on the trails I'm going to be on that damn thing. I'll kill myself.
I wish the gas tank was a little bigger.
Guess what we got for running waters? I'm going to get them for mine. 1.3 gallon swivel lock gas tanks, one on each side. Right underneath the seat on one on each side. So you're hauling 2.6 extra gallons on the damn thing.
Does yours have the fake gas tank that's a storage thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. They do all kinds of versions. It's the same
Yeah.
motor and everything, but like that one was different color and
Right.
it looked better than mine. They must have added something to it.
Yeah, I like it. There's a few little things that are quirky about it that with mine I'm going to trick out, but I'm going to trick mine out where I can zip out, and I'm going to do a test after I recover from surgery next week. I'm going to do a test on how long a lawn tractor battery will run my CPAP machine. I think that thing will run it for 6 to 8 hours. I'm pretty sure it will. And if it does, well, then I'm going to drop that in one of the saddlebags and drop two of them, two of those little batteries in my saddlebags, and take my CPAP machine with, and I can go out for a night or two camping, take my CPAP machine with me. And I got places up here I can zip down these Forest Service roads on these ATV trails to remote lakes you can't get a car to, you can't get a truck to. So
it's funny. Oh my gosh, what was I saying? Oh, I had one of those bicycle trailers that you pull the kid in. I found one for cheap, and it fits right on the side, and I pulled that with that. I pulled rocks in it and all kinds of stuff.
See, we got one of those garden trailers that got the big inflatable tires on them, and it's got the ends and the sides. Wire ends and sides, and that's got the hitch to it to hitch it up to a lawn tractor, right? Pull it around with a lawn tractor. And I was thinking, we need to add a bar that comes out and drops behind the rear wheel with a pinhole in it to just hook that trailer up. I can pull that.
You can hold it.
Yeah, I could pull that damn trailer around with it too. That thing is powerful, though. When I first got on it, this a couple of weeks ago, I was sitting way back on the seat, just goofing off. Throttled her, just gunned her, sitting still. Front end come right off the ground on the damn thing. I'm going, that's sweet for something that's running off of a centrifugal clutch. I mean, that was good. I'm like, yeah. Running water.
The only thing I don't like is the light on it. The light bulb blows out so fast on it, at least for mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gone out twice, and I haven't replaced it since, fast.
So
I don't know what.
Running water had a good idea, because now you can actually, if you pull the bulb out and you just go to an automotive place like, what is that? O'Brien's or O'Malley's. O'Reilly's. Go there, or Napa. And you tell them, I want an LED that'll fit this socket. And they'll get you an LED, and you ain't going to burn them out. Plus, they don't take half the juice
Yeah, that's
to
what I was
run.
thinking.
So that's what running water is going to do with his. Put an LED in it, and I'm going to wait and watch it, let him do it, and if it works, great. Yep, that'll go on my list of tricks I got to do to mine. And but I'm picking one up in the spring. The, I'm going to pick the cheapest one I can find that's got what I want on it. I don't care what color it is because I'll just pull everything off and camo it myself. I painted whole cars camo, so yeah, I'm not even worried about that shit. And I'm gonna have fun, man. Putting, and then on the back of my adventure trailer, you know my trailer, you saw it. On the back, I got a guy, local guy here. He's a welder, fabricator, and he was talking with me, and he says, "You know what we can do?" He says, "I'm gonna weld two steel rails under your trailer, and I'm going to rig it up, and I'll mount a receiver hitch under your trailer that comes out right flush to the back of your trailer." And he says, "You buy yourself one of those big, because we'll put the big receiver on." He says, "You buy one of those nice heavy luggage racks you slide in the receiver." He says, "And I'll build you a set of ramps that fold up on the sides and lock in place. You can ride that bike right up onto that thing, strap it down, fold the ramps up, go boondocking somewhere, drop the ramps, drive right off of it, and off you go off into the woods." Yeah.
Well, there was
I-
a deer rack, one of those that I was looking at. It was like perfect. It was like the perfect size for
Uh-huh.
the mini bike.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones I looked at are the let let running water let him try it out first. He did. He's the first one to ride it.
Well, That mini bike's the one where I did the video where
the
I had the
hazmat
mask.
suit.
Yeah,
You were wearing the hazmat suit. Is that what you run? I have to go back
Yeah.
and look at it.
it's
'Cause I
crazy
didn't.
though. I got the mini bike for 600
Uh-huh.
out the door at 600.
Yeah, we
Now
got
it's
ours
like-
for 7. We got ours for 700.
Now at Tractor Supply by me, the same one I have is 799.
No
So-
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's nuts.
there's $6.99 here if you go to L&M and buy them. There's $6.99, and they were going to put them on sale, but they sold out. They sold every one of them they had. In fact,
'cause it
today
was-
we're sitting in the backyard with ours sitting right there in the open. Here comes one driving by the place. I go, the running water says, "Here comes one of our mini bikes right there." I
A
go,
lot of people
"No,
have them around me. I mean,
yeah, they had. I can't remember how many they had at L&M, but they sold every single one of them. Hey, Raven, I'm going to tell you, not know if I be on YouTube when I have 3 strikes on my channel, I may get banned off of YouTube. Ooh, I hope not, there, Raven. Hope that don't happen to you.
yeah, I think 3 is when they do
Yes,
that.
when they trigger. Yeah,
Yeah.
usually. Hey, Blake.
What's up, Blake?
Good to see you. Good to see you. But yeah, I had, after mowing the lawn today, spending all day on the ride and lawnmower, and then running water, decides to go take a quick jaunt on his mini bike, and all I had done is ride that thing around the yard. I did try going on a trail, but I seen a cop coming, so I came back because it's a hiking trail, no ATVs, and and then today, while I'm out there mowing, I had just wrapped it up, and running water comes out and says, "I'm going to take the mini bike for a spin." I said, "Cool, go for it. I'm going to sit in the shade and cool off after working all afternoon." He was gone for a while. He comes back and he told me where he went with it through our ATV route in town out to the main trail, and that trail's 61 miles long, goes all the way to Superior, Wisconsin, which is 61 miles, and all ATV or off road motorcycle. And he gets back, and I said, "I think I'll take it for a ride." So I took it where he took it, where the right he took it, way the hell out there and back. And I come back and that's where he got that video clip. He was sitting there in the shade and heard me coming, so he filmed that coming in. And yeah,
Blake, you haven't seen my other mini bikes. I don't know. Blake wanted to race me because I told him about my really fast mini bike.
uh,
It goes really fast. So he wants to race now.
oh, yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I had a mini bike frame. Motor was shot on it. I got it cheap from some other kid. Brought it home, and I'm trying to figure out what motor I'm going to put on it. Well, the only motor I really had, I had a Tecumseh 3-horse or 4-horse, but I had to modify it because it was a vertical shaft. I had to modify it so I could mount it in there, change the carburetor, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, I don't want to mess with that. Then I'm looking and I'm going, oh, Grandpa will never use that again a day of his life. I put a 16-horse McCulloch chainsaw motor on that sucker. Boy, that thing would kill you. I mean, that damn mini bike was way the hell too fast. And they're so short wheelbase. And see, that's one thing with these Colemans. People don't realize your center of gravity is way the hell above the seat. It's about mid-chest height. If you just dip a shoulder, that some bitch wants a lane, man. And I've ridden full-size motorcycle thousands of miles. I got on that thing today, and it's like, holy shit, man!
The e-scooter I have, that thing is really that Coleman. Like you're saying, it don't take much to tip it.
Yeah.
But my e-scooter, if you're not going 35,
it's real.
You're going slower, yeah. And if you like go like this, the whole thing flips like this.
Yeah.
But
I almost bought one of those e-bikes. Yeah,
they're nice.
And I kept trying to pay for the son bitch, and their payment process kept screwing up. It wouldn't recognize any of my 4 cards. I mean, I was using 4 different credit cards on, and it just wasn't. For some reason, it just wouldn't go through. And oh well, I stuck that money aside. I'll buy one of those mini bikes in the spring instead.
If I had to pick between my e-bike and my mini bike, I'd probably pick the e-bike. It's insane.
Well, if I had the e-bike, I've got from one end to the other 5 miles of paved trail I can ride with it. And it goes through town, but most of it's secluded, And so, man, I could, from where I'm sitting here, I could run 4.5 miles east of me, turn around, come back. That's 9 miles just on this trail that nothing but bicycles are on. And that would be so sweet, man, to have an e-bike for that.
Well,
I
don't worry about
use
cops.
it every day.
I don't worry about the cops or anything.
Yeah.
Like I go through town. Like if I was on my 4-wheeler, I'd be like nervous the whole time because they take my 4-wheeler. I mean, I've seen them do it like to other people. So the e-bike, I can run through the middle of town at 3 in the morning, and no one knows I'm there.
Yeah, and they don't care. They think they see you going by. It's a bicycle.
I have one of the
they leave
cheapest
you
ones
alone.
you can get. And I've put over 4,000 miles on it, and the only thing that's bad is the shock. The shock really don't work anymore. But other than that, I've only had to change the pedals. I haven't even lost a tire yet.
Cool. That's cool.
But
it's
nice is those Coleman mini bikes. So they're real simple. There's not much to them.
Yeah. Easy to work with, easy to maintain. Yeah. That's, I'm not thrilled that they're made in China, but oh well,
Well, if the motor goes, you could just buy one of them Predator motors they sell at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, you can just pick up.
And those work just as good.
Yeah. I just want something that'll get me around out in the backwoods, and that's the thing with the little Coleman mini bike. Some of the places I like to go, I could use it in legally, but it's nothing much more than a rough freaking walking trail. And I can just zip in there with that little bugger and get into those tight spots with it and won't have to worry about banging it up so much, you know. And that's one thing I was surprised at because that Coleman mini bike is not a conventional mini bike, not when it's got frame tubes that are that big around. I mean, the frame tubes on that thing are
Yeah.
like you're building a stinking tank. And yeah, it's a tough little bugger, you know. I like it. I like it.
If I have to go into the yard, like I've rode my e-bike like in the yard in the field part, but like if I have to go anywhere past that, I would take the mini bike. But
Yeah.
I don't know. There's different points.
Yeah, you know, they each have their pluses, you know. That e-bike, I can see if you're going to be doing road traveling and stuff a lot, you know, even gravel roads traveling, that e-bike, why not? That's why I almost bought one. The
Yeah.
mile range on it is good, you know. Yeah, what the heck? Why
Well,
not?
the one I have is 900,
900?
which, yeah, it's not bad at all compared to the other e-bikes.
Huh.
Like,
Yeah.
for it's because it's a fat tire. It's
Uh-huh.
got good shocks, like real sturdy frame.
Yep.
So as far as like the fat tire ones, that's like the lowest you
Yeah.
can go.
Yeah.
But the light on it shines the whole road. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I used it in the winter. Last year, when I was like, at the time, I would have been 20 pounds heavier when I had it. So I was 20
Mhm.
pounds heavier last winter when I was trapping. And I had like 60 pounds of traps and stakes on the back of the e-bike. Every day I'd ride 3 miles up the road to a pond, ride around the pond, like when there was snow, set traps, use it then, bring it all the way back, and it would still have power, like when I got
Yeah.
home. And
Yeah.
that was in the cold.
Yeah, in the cold.
So-
That's what was just going through my mind too. Is this, that cold takes away from battery life. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's pretty
It's
good.
impressive. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
think it would last this long, but it's still like perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Because I remember when you got it, you know, you weren't quite sure what to think at first, and then once you start riding, it didn't take long. You're just like, hey, I'm really liking this thing. Man.
Going down my hill, I've hit 45 miles an hour going down my
Uh-huh.
hill pedaling. I mean,
Uh-huh.
it's not slow.
Right.
If it was on flat and you had it on its highest setting for just throttle only, and you just pulled the throttle, you can get to like 28.
Uh-huh.
But if you pedal, you can get to like 35 on
Sure.
flat.
Sure. Yep.
But
Yep. Fun. So, yeah, I hate to do it, guys, but yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I have got to eat. I have. It's after 9 o'clock here. I've got till midnight, 3 hours to try to eat 3,000 calories. That's a hell of a lot of calories. You know, that would be 4 Whoppers with cheese that I would have to eat, but I ain't going to Burger King. So I got to find that many calories here in the house, and that's tough. Cheese curds,
you
they're
got to
high
get
in
one of them
calories.
survival bars they sell at Walmart. It's like this big and it's like 10,000 calories in it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like sawdust though.
And they taste like shit. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's gotta taste good for me to get it all done. Hey, thank you, Matt J. Love you, buddy. Hey, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up, guys. I gotta eat, and I gotta take pills. Damn it. I keep forgetting about that. All these damn pills they give me. I got a pretty strict routine and I'm blowing it today. But as of Sunday, no more smokes. I won't be able to smoke. The hotel I'm staying in for the first 3 nights there at the Mayo Clinic, that hotel, their whole property, no smoking. so I can't even smoke at the hotel. And then on Wednesday of next week, when they check me into the hospital, I won't be able to smoke for 1 to 2 weeks while I'm in that hospital because you can't smoke anywhere on the Mayo campus, which is freaking huge. I'd have to walk almost a mile to get off their campus onto a piece of public land where I could light a cigarette. So, guess what? I tried quitting last week and it didn't work. Next week, I'm not even going to try quitting. They're going to make me quit. So, yeah, guess what? I'll probably, when next time I stream in 3 to 4 weeks, I won't be a smoker anymore. I guess that's good too. Thank you, Colin. Thank you, thank you. He's saying thank you to the two of us. God bless you too, buddy. Thank you. Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah. So with that, guys, we're gonna do a quick exit, and I will see you all in 3 to 4 weeks. Hey, count on it. I'll be back, come hell or high water, and we're gonna do us a quick exit here, and see you then. Bye, guys.